that is debilitating to the relationship.
I need a dictionary. She went full Sajid.
It's like you're wearing the shirt, you just give it.
I think it's more like people I was dating and I would like secretly...
You were dating people at teenager? What
No.
What school is what school?
What school? Black mark. Black
Star.
By teenage, I mean 19.
The red flag in Shali's relationships has been religion, and she's just out to prove her mom wrong.
It's like, Amma, he's good. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
Don't take it too seriously.
She called you a dumbass.
Right? Don't get romantically involved in it. Just take that person as your friend first of all.
But kana mi haraka. I'm
And
translating.
then decide whether.
Nicely done.
Good job. All right. Welcome back to a brand new season with Yosha!
Season 3, baby. And many more to come until one of us will like, stop this, please.
Which will be never. Yay!
Which will be never. And for today's episode, we have two fantastic guests who will introduce themselves starting from that side.
Oh, you're fantastic now.
You don't want me to start.
We do want you to be fantastic.
We just started the episode, that's not fine.
So I'm Saj.
Yes.
Hi, Saj.
Hi, Saj!
Rashali said something about your eyes earlier. What was that?
Yeah, she has beautiful eyes.
Don't look at me, you look at her.
Yeah, they light up.
Oh, thank you.
See? Okay.
Now everybody's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Everybody's equally uncomfortable.
Okay, hey guys, I'm Rashali. I'm back.
Hi, back. How's it going?
It's going great.
You took part in a competition recently. How did it go?
It went great.
What was the name of it?
Two competitions.
Well, tell me more about it.
One was Face of Asia,
Ooh, so like all of Asia?
all of Asia,
Like-
but only Sri Lanka.
Only Sri Lanka. So Asia only in Sri Lanka.
Yeah,
Yes.
Face of Asia, Sri Lanka.
And
And the other was Miss Universe. Sri
Like
Lanka.
the competition where Earth always wins.
yes, the one.
So poorly named.
Anyway.
Amanda, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about red flags.
Oh, the best flag.
The best kind of flag. All right. Maybe we've covered this before, but I also want to get the insights of these two lovely ladies by asking you all and starting this entire thing off with how do you, because it's very subjective, define a red flag?
Ooh.
To begin with, I don't think I look too cool wearing this.
Yes.
I'm gonna
You
take this
do
off.
look much cooler
She
now.
was cool in the comments now. She looks cooler with the
Okay.
head.
Now she looks cool.
Okay. See, the thing about red flags, right? I think it's very personal. See, what doesn't fit for me may fit for you. And depending on from my experience and where I come from, something just doesn't fit, and for me, it's just not going to work. So that is a red flag for me, one.
Right.
And but then again, red flags are the only thing that you continuously learn about all your life, isn't it? Because it keeps changing.
That is very interesting.
I just want to clarify something. She said, if something doesn't work for me, it's a red flag.
Yeah. See, because that's what it is, isn't it?
So if the...
Because who defines a red flag?
I'm just saying, you said doesn't work for me. So let's say the guy puts the towel on the floor and you don't like that. Is that a red flag?
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, it is. I mean, if I'm so finicky, and for me, if I am OCD as well, then that's going to be a major issue.
All right.
So it doesn't have to be like, go on the net and what is a red flag in a relationship? And then you've got this guy talking about these things, a woman's going on. I mean, all these
She's describing our podcast.
Sadhgurus and whoever talking about whatever, right? And who does that? I mean, red flags are red flags, and it's very personal.
All right. What about you?
I agree. Red flags are toxic behaviors in relationships that eventually become something that is debilitating to the relationship.
I need a dictionary. She went full Sajid.
It's like you're wearing the shirt, you just give it.
So it's kind of like emotional unavailability, manipulation.
Right.
Even little things like not doing the dishes after asking them to do it, and then you eventually have to do it yourself, and then you're basically running the household and relationship all by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
So
it becomes a relationship.
What about you, Aman? What do you think?
I was about to say something that just really got me cancelled, but
Please say something that will get you cancelled.
You don't do the dishes for Shani. I knew you were going to say that. I do.
No, she doesn't.
I wanted to say,
The
Right.
AC is too much.
brother. Oh no, it's not enough. Miss Electrician, bro. Hi, Takshi. Hi, welcome back to season 3, Takshi. Takshi is the new face of That's So Bro, you guys. To me, a red flag, like both these ladies said, would be someone who uses your emotion against you to try and get a result they want, all the while knowing that that is costing you emotional well-being.
So something like a manipulation.
Yes.
Something like that.
Something like a narcissist.
Yes.
Posh.
What is a red flag to you, Ishan?
Yeah, what is the red flag to you? You're already
All
very
the hot
green.
girls I know are red flags. Let's go, Ishan.
Well, see, growing up, I used to not understand this concept of red flag. You know, I had this thing ingrained in me that women are the best things in the world. You know, they don't poop, they don't fart. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
You know the whole thing. You know,
Where
but
did you grow?
well, you know,
In a fantasy land.
Yeah.
Everything was great.
everything was great. You know, like
No one answered his question.
yeah,
That's
what
the
answer?
problem.
I didn't even know about the bees and the butterflies, you know. Anyway, so as time went on, interacting with not only the opposite gender, even the same gender, you know, friends also. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be because of a friend or something, and then you realize that they kind of take advantage of you, take you for granted, and when you try to talk about it, and they kind of manipulate it into something, as you said, manipulation, and they make it into something that is, you know, you're making a big deal out of it, and you feel wasted and drained, you know, like there's no support coming from the other side. I feel like that's one of the red flags that I've experienced. I won't say that is all the red flags, but for me, that is the main red flag.
Right.
The fact that you're draining the other person and kind of not owning to the fact that you are.
Right.
You know? So that is, I think, one point out of like a million things that can be a red flag. But I think as you grow older, as she said, I think you will learn more about it, and then you kind of tend to avoid it. You learn how to work around it. Because I feel, we were discussing this, as a kid, are we attracted to red flags? Are we, as teenagers?
Obviously, no, they say opposites attract.
There you go. We're all green flags.
And also, we don't know any better. It's a clean slate. It's a
And at the
free-for-all.
same time, if you are a red flag to me, who am I a red flag to? We start
Food
from
for thought.
right there.
That is something we need to meditate on tonight.
Because definitely
No,
it's an opinion, isn't it?
Right.
What?
Like, for instance, Yoshan would say, calls me scary. And
She's
he also
terrifying.
he also calls me Tambalina.
Right.
No. I mean, come
If you can
on.
get a shot- if you can look at that shot right there. just that shot of them right there. I understand.
I mean,
that.
we've shared a stage together as
Stage,
a couple.
a stage.
And it did not look that bad. Of course, I was padded and whatever. But yeah, so there you go. That's an opinion. That is something that from where he comes from, or that's his school. And my school says otherwise.
What's the school?
My
Oh, no, not that point. So, some history behind the red
The history
flag.
behind the red flag. Yeah.
So, in 1602,
right.
that was the first time somebody raised a red flag
Right.
to tell his fellow army men that there's danger ahead.
Wow.
Background teacher. No, because fair enough, right? This term red flag has been used and overused so many times. We'll find out why a red flag is actually called red flag.
In
Okay.
1777, for the first time, when there was a incident on the road or something and they want to stop people moving into it, the guy was like, what flag do we raise? He's like, I don't know, let's raise a red flag. For the first time, the red flag was raised to indicate that people shouldn't move further, to stop.
Right.
Then the third time
Third
in
time.
history when red flag was raised was in 1848 to announce the beginning of communism. So the red flag has never been a sign for something good.
Yeah.
Never. So
I mean,
still, when your friend is like, babe, don't date that dude is full of red flags, you'll be like, but I can change him. I just imitated Rashali.
Yeah.
I am not changing anyone.
So the next question that I have is for Saj. When did you experience your, first red flag? Like, when did you realize for the first time as a child, or teenager, or as a preteen, okay, this is a red flag? Did you notice it yourself, or did somebody point it out for you, or?
Oh, I mean, where I come from, you are like advised and advised and advised and advised, and you can just go on and on. No talking to boys. That boy, the way he's walking around, the
It's
very,
like your
very
mom is
bad, family and background. No girl from a respected family should even look at someone like that. What? You're playing cricket? That's a bad idea, and you're playing with boys, huh? You don't know what ideas they have. These things are there, but see, my background, right? So I'm a survivor of child sexual abuse. So I have trust issues. And if you actually look at, I come from a very confused childhood, right? And for me, I'm not sure when someone even says, hey, you look pretty, or in my corporate career, if someone would come and comment on my clothing, or talk to me about, oh wow, you did the presentation well, or something on those lines, it would be like, okay, what do you want? It automatically happens, and there have been a lot of close colleagues who actually do this just to make me feel nervous, or they know that it's for the fun of it, because they know that I don't feel comfortable. That's there. So for me, a red flag is just something that's a shadow, actually. But in the recent years, I spent 3 very, very important years of my life. I'm 46, right? So at my age, 3 years is like really, really important.
Right.
And I spent that 3 years with a narcissist.
Oh.
And being a person who does empowerment training, mental as well as like physical self-defense, and I've counseling people and all of that. I got into this and I stayed. I wasn't tied up and kept at gunpoint. I stayed. Not that I didn't know better, but still that again, where I come from. Because as a child, all I wished was for that knight in shining armor to come and save me. Until I realized that knight has to be me. I have to save myself. Came through a journey, came to a point where I've grown to something. And I could advise a lot of people. Like, I read people for a living. That's my job, As a developer, as a marketer, with listening to somebody, I'm able to tell you that this call is not going to turn into a sale. And I can watch somebody, I teach body language and all of those things. With all that, the minute it becomes personal, I don't know where the damn switch is. It just goes off.
Right.
So I stayed in that, seeing all the red flags and hoping to change it to...
Oh, she used me in her story. I feel so touched. But I'm really sorry you had to go through all that. But I'm glad that you're in a better place now.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the
But
best.
it'll be even better if I can shoot him, but then, yeah.
One step at a time.
I have a guy,
I know,
finger
yeah.
cutting guy, shall I?
This episode is going to be taken down again.
What about you, Resh? Well, the question was the first time you experienced, but she said something more profound. So maybe you can explain one of the biggest experience of red flags that you have ever had and how you got through it.
I think when it comes to red flags, you have to get burned to learn. And once again, it was a narcissist kind of incident as well. And you stay in that relationship because you hope to be a solace to the other person. And then you eventually learn that your emotional battery is draining. How I learned about this is once I got out of a relationship, I started learning more about what love is, because the love that we are taught is through Hollywood movies.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's through rose-tinted glasses.
And adult movies. What?
Right.
I'm serious.
I mean, you don't yes, but
What red flag blue movies are you watching, man?
No, she said that we've been taught love through Hollywood movies.
Right.
And adult movies, you've learned love through that. Like, the first time you realize that adult movies are not really real is when you meet a girl for the first time. You're like, oh, that's not real. Oh. So I just wanted to add to her point.
Right.
But
Okay.
if you think about it culturally, if we look at how we perceive media as well, we view it through a very superficial level. Until now that we have been exposed to social media where they digest the entire context of the matter or the film, and then they talk about, oh, this is the personality type. People are more exposed to psychology and we learn more.
The layers.
The layers of a person. Because of that exposure to the world and different types of people, we've come to learn a lot more. And then I think that's why the whole red flag phenomenon in a person has come about. We always knew people were toxic, but then now it's more like you go on a first date and the person's like, I don't know.
But
Whatever
don't
you
you think
perceive
you overanalyze someone?
Yeah, I have two parts.
Overthinking.
One is the overthinking aspect of it, right? The second part is when you say you wanted to become a solace to another person.
Yeah.
Does that not depend on your parenting? Well, how you were parented as a child?
Absolutely.
Right. So then the reason why you pick detrimental partners is because you were taught as a young child that's where you fit in, jigsaw piece by jigsaw piece. Yes.
Yes.
Person who studied
Not
psychology.
really.
No.
No, not always.
Then?
Not always at all. No matter what it was, my mom and my dad had a fantastic. They were sweethearts till my dad passed away, and my mom is still alive, and even till today, I would say that relationship. I can never lose hope, and I will never advise anyone about love in any way where I would say that you don't get married or don't fall in love or anything. It may be not for me. It's not my cup of tea, but I wouldn't say it's not for somebody else, right? So I wouldn't say that because of that my relationships went south. It's because I chose two things. One thing I realized was that when people tend to connect. Now, when I first met Amanda, right? I think we spoke about something. And
Chivalry.
Yeah. And we spoke. And that's where we connected. You're Shan, of course.
Instant connection. I'm like a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah. That's where the connection and whatever. So now, when we connect, especially when you've been through a bad relationship or you're looking for someone or something like that, and when someone comes and tells you, talks about their relationships and it sort of mirrors your past, then you think then he's going to be understanding, but damn hell no, because that does not qualify, because that is a version that you hear.
Hadi.
And not reality always.
But then, Machang, in the example of your parents, right? Because, don't you think to a certain extent, because your parents had such a beautiful relationship, a part of you want to see this relationship through with this terrible person that you were with? And isn't that sensation of hopefulness something that you downloaded from your parents?
Well, see, I told you, I wanted this knight in shining armor.
Right.
I became that because I knew nobody was coming.
Okay.
But till today, if you really ask me, I wouldn't mind.
Right.
I am a career woman, I'm a single mom, and I do a lot of things, right? But then again, it's not because I'm averse to family life or anything. It's just that I haven't found a person that, and I'm at a stage where I can't waste my time and my energy on it, right?
But you still have the hope because of your parents.
Again, hope as in it's a decision I made that I don't want.
Okay.
It's a decision I made,
right.
And not that. One, and then because of that shining armor story. The second thing is that, again, I told you, opposites attract. You tend to, women, I guess, inherently have this motherly thing, right?
Yeah.
And we tend to love to nurture a person, and like you said, and we think that we think, I call him child. Can you believe it? So for me, I have a son. So for me, I call all of them kids. Yes, I'm ancient as well, and we tend to actually mother people.
Right.
So for us, if a kid makes a mistake, it's a mistake, right?
Right.
But we don't take into consideration the fact that once, twice is a mistake, after that it's a habit. We don't take that. And then we think, no, we must not. Think about it, doesn't religion teach you that as well?
Teach you what?
That you can't give up hope. That you
That's
need
faith.
support.
That's what faith is all about.
Oh, faith,
I guess.
right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right?
To a
I
certain
mean,
extent.
all of these things come from there, right? You know? And then also you start questioning yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong
With me, right.
I wish I didn't cut religion
But-
classes.
But I believe the whole what's wrong with me comes from an emotional maturity after learning a lot about your relationship style, who you're attracted to, and once you've unpacked yourself, you become more self-aware. But also what I want to talk about from a psychological perspective, our attachment styles are dictated from birth. Our parenting styles affect how we show up in relationships.
Right.
There's secure, there's anxiously attached, and there's avoidant dismissive people. And usually the majority of people in the world are the attraction is that the avoidant dismissive person attracts the anxious person.
Right.
So it's two ends tugging at this string, and no one is fulfilled, and that's when there's always heartbreak, and then there's always like people lose hope in love. But I feel like once people learn that, say I'm an anxiously attached person and you're an avoidant dismissive person,
Right.
and we're in a relationship, I learn that you're an avoidantly dismissive person. But I understand when you shut off, I understand to give you space, but eventually come
Right.
and speak to you.
But then do you understand that because you know the theory behind it?
Yes, and I think now having access to so much information, when it comes to something about love, which is so integral to each person's existence, we have to learn about these things to show up better and to expect better relationships.
But I don't, as a normal person who doesn't know any of this, what she says, I'm not going to read stuff about all that, so it's all about trial and error, I guess. It's like,
Yeah.
I think the overload of information, the noise
That's
is
another
also
thing.
a problem.
Yeah.
I feel still that if the more information you have, the more you will overthink.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
the slightest
As
thing
well.
will end up being a red flag.
Because now the way TikTok has, I'm going to generalize and say it to most women, but the way TikTok has done it is that I see a lot of people calling other people out, saying, well, they are clearly a red flag or they are clearly toxic because of this and this.
There's a
and this.
dude who does this red flag page who runs with a
Yeah,
big ass flag.
yeah.
I love his page though.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Hey, bro, if you want to join
Yes,
our podcast, that'd be great too. But my thing is, now, at what point is, because everything's a red flag, right? At the tiniest, you pick your tooth, the food in between your teeth with the toothpick the wrong way or some silly thing. At what point do you call that, okay, so I'm being cautious, and at what point is it being overly critical of a person?
I think that all boils down to your standards.
Okay, but then how realistic should your standards be? Because as human beings, to be human is to err.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'd rather you speak into the mic than talk.
Okay.
So, if that is the case, and the fact that we can all make mistakes, if what we're looking for and pushing on is perfection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then how much should you actually attribute to this is definitely red flag behavior, and this is just me in over my head?
Well, if you can't, if for me it has been, for the longest of times, it's been like this is how I am. I do not believe in hiding my personality.
Right.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I just can't do that.
Yeah.
And this is how I am. You take me for who I am. As much as there been a lot of suitors and a lot of people who would have approached me, if you really look at my relationships, all of them forced themselves into my life. Whether it was sympathy, or whether it was a sub-story, or it was something or the other. So we basically are contradictions as well. We contradict ourselves
Right.
as well.
True.
Right.
True.
We say
absolutely.
we are this, and I keep saying like, I am who I am. Take me for
Women.
who I am.
But yes, please continue.
I'm terrified.
Oh,
Even though I'm smiling, I'm
Lord.
terrified. If I go missing tonight, it's her.
We'll have a chat after.
We're gonna have a
So
chat.
to directly answer your question, when should you draw your line? Is when I suppose when I drew my line when it was affecting my son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So inherently, I have this personality of I don't take myself seriously.
Right.
So life becomes much easier for me too. So I am important, yes, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like sitting on a high horse and whatever, right? So
It's
hence I
difficult for her
can
to get on the
laugh.
horse.
Right. Okay. So
Yoshan's last episode, man. We just started the
We
damn
just
season.
started season 3.
yeah. So that doesn't mean that I am going to the standards part of it and everything. But having said that, there's always a but.
Being a parent, how has that affected how you show up in relationships? Do you always look at a partner, seeing if that'll be the best reflection for your son to see? How does that work?
See, I'm very clear about it. Like, my son has a father.
Right.
Had a father. He's no more anymore.
Right.
Right? And nobody else is going to replace that person. Nobody, even the best partner for me, the best person who would adore my son and give him everything and his love, everything, of him, can never become his father.
Wow.
Right? He can be a friend. He could be a part of his life. And that for me is me allowing someone to enter into the most sacred part
Right.
of my family. Right? So my son has watched, he has seen, and it has always been him who's always pushed me. So every year we have this KPIs. In 31st of
With your
December,
family?
with my son and I do. So he would give me a list of things that I need to achieve in the year, and I would give him.
What a
so
rock and roll family, alright.
we used to have this black.
I think I do that daily with my mom.
So every year I flunk real badly when it comes to this. So his deal is that I need to make a friend outside my corporate or work atmosphere.
You
That
need
person
more
can
friends.
never be from my past, which
Right.
doesn't work because I'm work and home and work, and that's how it is. 2, I need to go out on a date. I actually tried. I actually called up a friend he doesn't know about, and I said, like, I'm going to dress up, and you're going to come pick me up, and you're going to turn and wave and everything. And my son was like, I know. From the gate, I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, so there goes it. So, yeah, so I kept... So for him, I guess he always thought that I should have a partner because he was going to move out. Because I've always told him, you're a 20-year project for me. Just because I gave birth to you doesn't mean that I own you. And just because I'm your mom, you don't own me. So we need to find a way to have an amicable relationship. I'll do the best I can for you. What I will never do is I'll never compare you with another child. So don't you dare compare me with another mother, a parent, right?
Right.
So if you find something not working for you, by all means go out and change it. But if you can't change it, find something that you can, like, sort of, surf till, this would change. So, because this too would pass. So that's how he's come. And yeah, that's how it has been. But yes, deep within, I always wanted to have a family, that unit part of it. I
Right.
honestly did not have it growing up. That's another story. But though my parents were so much in love and everything, I actually did not have a family per se. Most of the time, I was more on a single parent kind of family then it was like I grew up alone and all of that. So I had this dream of a child, me, a partner. That's what you're taught, right? Like, draw a house when you're small, you immediately
and the
want.
sun on the top corner there.
Yeah, and then that one tree.
That's how I grow
And the flower.
One tree with apples. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a good art
And
piece.
then kaka. Don't forget the.
Yes, the car.
Yeah.
The V.
Yeah.
I draw seagulls.
Yeah.
Good for you, Asha. In the middle of the damn forest.
Yes.
See, nursery itself, you have to be very careful with your daughter. This is what they teach her. So yeah, this picture that they paint, you also want that. I
Right.
want that as well. I wanted it as well. So I wanted to give him that friend, definitely not a father. But yeah, it didn't work. And for him, it has definitely affected him because I broke down. I went into depression. It was hard, and it did affect him a lot as well. To an extent, I don't know if he would even get married. I mean, maybe this could have changed, but he's a smart kid. I mean, I think he can make his own decisions, but definitely, it did impact.
I have one follow-up question for that. So, your son does he date? Does he bring other?
Yeah. He does. And then when he's very young, at the age of 6 or 9, he had this girlfriend. I can't remember
6
her.
or 9?
I'm such a late bloomer, bro.
At 6 or 9, I couldn't put my pants up properly.
Bro,
He wasn't brought up in Sri Lanka, so yeah, excuse him. So I was like, hey, what about your girlfriend? I mean, she was actually one of the. Okay, we were in Malaysia, and she was a princess.
Right.
Right. So they used to live, and
Wait,
she
he was
crazy
dating a
about
princess?
him. He wasn't dating, but she was crazy about him. And I was like, and us being, Sri Lankan mums, we have to talk, and we have to always push the son to do things, So I was like. Hey, she's really cute. Her name was Maya, by the way. He's gonna so.
Hey, shout out to Maya. What's up, Maya?
Maya from Malaysia? Princess Maya.
Princess Maya.
So yeah, so I was like, hey, Maya is crazy about you, right? You guys are good friends, and he turns around, yeah, I think he was 6 or 7. He turns around and it's like, exactly, Mom. She is a friend, and I like her. I never said I love her.
God. Wow.
Was he
I know.
25?
Yeah.
Wow.
A 25-year-old stuck in a 9-year-old.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So
I was a 2-year-old stuck in a 9-year-old. So
Your 2-year-old still stuck here.
You have a lot of growing to do, darling. Physical growth does not work for what is in
Continue,
your years.
please. So,
Yes.
so the main question there was when he brings someone and introduces you to her, and you see a red flag. I mean, there's a chance that other people see the red flag. For example, my friends. I before you,
Right.
my other friends, they
the
were
useless
not.
ones.
They were not the best guys.
Not the best guy.
My mom would see that these are red flags, and she would tell, that guy's a bad guy, that guy's a bad. I'm like, nah, he's great, and then end up when I actually see them doing bad stuff, then I'm like, oh, my mom was right. So, do you ever advise your son that chick's a red flag? I feel like that chick's not good for you, or
Well, I don't know his chicks, as you put it, that well, or I don't, maybe they would have spoken to me, hi auntie, or something of that sort, but nothing more. He's only 20, come on. So, but there's been a friend of his who I know was toxic.
oh,
And only once I have told him that this is the persona, and these are outcomes that you can face. Just keep it in your
so
mind.
you laid
but
it down for him.
Yeah, but it's your life. You make your decisions, and again, you make your decisions and face the repercussions. You fall. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be there to.
You're going to do the I
hold
told you so.
No, I won't even do I told you so. I would definitely support you as much as I can, but if you are going to be an idiot, I have no cure for that.
So go next time, go next time. So go next time, go next time. What to do?
You cow.
You cow. You cow.
You cow. What about you, Resh? Growing up, and I mean, you must have had some friends, and your mom must have said that friend's bad, this friend's bad, that person no good,
Satish.
this person no good. So, As a teenager, that must have pissed you off. Like, how dare you say who I can be friends
Oh,
or
yeah.
You
not?
don't even know.
I
the
think it's more like people I was dating, and I would like
You were
secretly.
dating people as a
kiss-
teenager? What
No, no, no,
school
no,
is
What
this?
school is what school?
What school? Black Mark.
Black
No,
Black
by,
Star.
by teenage I mean 19. But whenever I would like ambiguously say things about some person's religion or something, there was something brought up, and I'd be like, "How dare you say this thing? You don't know that person." But in actuality, she was right.
So the religion was the red flag.
No,
Whatever
That is
point
the main
is.
take.
no. What I mean is why people outside of us can see the red flags is because they are observers. When you look at someone doing something, it's clear as day. But when you are the one doing it, you just see this bit. You
Like
see
a
the tip of
filter.
your nose. Absolutely.
You don't have that helicopter view. Like we
Absolutely.
consultants are brought from outside and we consult. Because
Absolutely.
they need that helicopter view because we don't have an emotional connection with that person.
Exactly. And emotion clouds all our judgment, and we always want to see the best version of that person or people until they eventually bruise us enough so that we take a step back and then we can see.
Because deep down you want that person to prove your mom wrong. Why are you laughing? I'm being really serious and
You know what?
emotional.
Actually, yeah.
The 2 points I took from this is the red flag in Charlie's relationships has been religion, and she's just out to prove her mom wrong.
It's like, Amma, he's good. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
No,
Wow,
but
Charlie.
You are very petty.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a red flag.
Good.
See, exactly.
Red flag behavior.
And it's probably. It's,
Yashan, what are the red flags you have tolerated in your life, story-wise?
Oh, yes. Multiple. I'm going to tell you the best story. Actually, it happened to one of my friends, and I was also part of the group. We were at a party. What is that lotus thing with the music happens? Pokuna. Nelum Pokuna. Yeah. So Nelum Pokuna. I can see Takshi's shoulders going. Who are an idiot? He doesn't know what Nelum Pokuna is. Yeah. So we had Nelum Pokuna, and there was this chick calling one of my friends, and she was like.
A chick called one of my friends.
Yeah. So they were on and off.
You can tell the name right here.
I'm not going to tell the name, but
What letter does this happen?
once
Sakalabucha.
Maya. Princess Maya. I knew it. She came back.
Sigabarina.
Sigabarina, yes.
So Sigabarina calls my friend, and they were on and off, and it was like a really rough relationship. And she calls him as like, babe, if you come to the Cinnamon Grand at this time, we will be fixed for life at like 11:15 in the
I'm
night.
so sorry. What does fixed for life mean?
Like we will be together forever, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Right? You come here, we have this romantic kiss at midnight, and boom, we're together forever, kind of a thing.
Wow.
So my friend comes up to us and is like, Macha, we gotta do this. I'm like, yeah, let's
When
do
was this
this.
in 1940s?
I don't know. We had cars still.
They were cars in 1940.
yeah.
I mean, cars with digital radios. So around that time. So anyway, we get into the car,
Right.
and we're heading towards Cinnamon Grand, and it's New Year's.
Yeah.
That road is packed. Like we come near the, at the beginning of with the lion heads.
Yes.
And there's like a police checkpoint permanent there. Recently, one guy got arrested for not having petrol.
Sorry?
You didn't know that? Oh, that's another podcast. Anyway, so we were there at the beginning of the road near the US Embassy,
Right, yes.
Yeah,
right.
somewhere there.
Okay.
The roads is packed.
Right.
Like something's happening at the golf face, right? So then my friend's like, I'm going to get down. I'm going to run to the hotel. You guys take over the car. So we take the car out, and he runs. It takes us more than, 2 hours or 3 hours to make that entire turn, make the U-turn. We have to turn right at Golf Face Hotel, make the roundabout, and come back all the way back to Cinnamon Grand. And this dude was outside. The chick never came out. I mean, Sigabarina, she never came out.
What do you mean?
Because to get into the hotel on the 31st night, either you had to be a guest or you had to buy a ticket for the party.
Right.
And he wasn't like dressed
So?
in a way, and he didn't have money to buy a ticket. So he calls the chick from outside and is like, can you please come out? I'm here. It was 11:40, whatever. You have 20 minutes. Let's do this.
yeah.
Make this. She's like, I don't know. I'm having a good time. Can't you just buy a ticket and come in? No, blah, blah, blah.
Ew.
So that's like red sari, not a red flag. you know, like
The lamest flag.
it's like a red gondola. I don't know, whatever it is. You know, red, something very red. And then, you know, when they take a high-speed picture of a car, you know, it's like red. So it was something like that. And then the dude literally spent New Year with the security guard outside. And it took us more than 1 hour to get back to him. So after he said Happy New Year to the security guard, it took him 1 hour just standing there waiting for us to come back. And
So this girl told him to come and then just never showed up.
Never showed up. And that is the first time I realized what a red flag is. Like, that is my kind of like watching this whole incident happen, and you know how he broke down, and you know, because he used to talk so highly about this girl, you know, like, this girl's the best, this girl's the greatest, this girl's so nice.
And were
then
they talking throughout this whole time?
It's like this: they would date for a while, and then they would not date. Then they would date for a while, then they would not date.
This is like Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
A kind of experience too. So I'll give you a small example of
My first chest hair grew that day. It's like, I'm a man. I understand what life is about. You know, all the preaching that life is suffering was understood that day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, back to religion again. All right.
Yes, sir.
So when we are talking of relationships here, right? Let's talk about corporate.
All right.
Right? I mean, red flags are all over.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So not being aware and, you know, getting in situations where you are put in the wrong place or in a bad situation, right? So there was a corporate function. This tends to happen, and as I came down to Sri Lanka, I had very short hair, and
that's the problem.
Yeah, the Sri Lankan men tend to have this thing of a girl in a lady in short hair kind of thing.
I was joking.
And it has been there because I've noticed. Maybe I have been meeting such people very often, I think. So this guy, very, very a leading businessman, and today a mentor, coach, whatever.
Please name right here.
Look
this camera.
I mean, that was him
look
then. I don't know. He could be different.
Sigabari.
Yeah.
All right.
Sigabara.
No, that's too good for him. Anyways, so we were having this conversation. He has this condescending habit of, he's not very tall either. And a habit of, like, when you shake hands, he tends to pull it down. You know, that's basically a
Find
way.
a motivational speaker who does not know how to shake hands properly. Got it. Okay.
Pulls it down, as in, like, pulls you down.
Basically, no, that's basically just showing that he's
dominant.
superior. Yeah, that's in body language. You'll understand. Like, he had that kind of thing.
I hope he shakes my hand.
I hope so too.
So I, being who I am, with self-defense and hand-to-hand combat, I just did something where he had to.
Now you see why I'm scared.
Right?
No.
So
I love it.
And then we were having this conversation, serious conversation, and so normally my job is as a consultant. I look into international business, and I'm actually the face of the company most of the time, right? I'm representing a company. It's an MNC, or it could be a startup, whatever it is, right?
She used to sit in front of McDonald's.
Right.
But please continue.
So this conversation started at like not even a minute. His eyes were just here, right? And I kept talking to him. I kept moving to just watch him, what it was going. And at one point I was like, excuse me, my eyes are here. These are my boobs.
Okay, I understood now.
Right?
She's like, eyes were here. I was like, okay, I understood. Okay.
What?
Right? And then that became a huge scandal for him. That I called him out in public. And then, I think my directors got calls and everything, but they needed me more than they needed him, so yeah, it didn't work. But I'm just saying, red flag was that handshake for me.
Right.
Right. So even your body language kind of talks about it.
Oh.
Again, another thing. A person who actually does certain things also has a past.
Okay.
Right? See, we are talking about relationships, right? When a relationship starts, both parties are on best behavior.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's not them, right? So how do you actually call the person out? Time, and so on. So understanding a person's body language and their behavior is really important, and that, reading up on that, of course, would be good. And actually knowing, like, someone who's not you, someone who's like awfully into bodybuilding and everything at a
Not
very,
you.
very young
Me.
age,
Right.
right? And then totally obsessed with that kind of thing is definitely has been abused as a child.
Right.
Or has been bullied, has had some sort of a
Traumatic
trauma.
experience.
Yeah, that is there. And so then they are going to be acting like, let's say that if they were bullied and so on, they would want to try and mingle. And they would say whatever it takes to, be a part of that group. They would act in a way, they would basically imitate, someone to just be a part of it, to feel that.
Included.
Yes.
But is that a red flag? Or?
It is a red flag if you're going to take that person as that persona, because
Okay.
behind that there is pain,
Okay.
there is trauma. So understanding that, forgiving that, and saying that ain't a red flag is important as well. And some people have this habit of you would have met them for the first time, and if you are not into this intellectual conversation, you're not on that platform, you're like, hi, bus or whatever, or you're just there to catch a flight, and they're like, the last time I flew, I had this experience, so I'm just a little worried. Understood? That's normal conversation. I'm just afraid, and my aunt also did this, and this person also did that. And, continuing that oversharing also is childhood trauma.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? So that doesn't mean that person is coming onto you per se. Right? So at that time as well, we aren't patient enough as well. Right? So that's what I meant. I think this red flag story depends on where you come from and where you are at that moment in your life as well.
Right.
If I have walked out of a fight, if I've had a bad experience just then, obviously I'm not going to be like, come here, my love. It's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to whack the shit out of that person.
Knock the first 2-3 teeth out. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean, no, you can do it without blood. We'll
Oh my
talk
God.
about it on Saturday.
I'm so glad you're on that.
So I think that is there as well. And being aware of someone's intentions is more
I
important
think
than
that's
the
true.
red flag.
But then also knowing how to read a person and trying to find out what their actual intention is something that comes with experience.
Yeah.
Well, it does come with experience. Also, it is also based very much. It is heavily dependent on your intentions as well. If your intentions are to be a part of a group, if your intentions are
smart,
right?
Yeah.
And then it's going to be okay. Like how I said, when a relationship begins, both parties are at the best behavior.
Right.
Initially, when you said something, it was an oops moment, and it would be an oops moment to your partner.
Right.
It's like, it's okay, hey, it's okay, it happens, But trust me, in time to come, that would become irritating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So like I tend to tell, my mom has this habit whereby she's like a all out there, and she goes out and she loves to cook and entertain people and so on. But having said that, she is also an independent woman.
Right.
She has lived and looked after her family as an independent woman. Definitely dad was there as a good partner and everything, but she still has that in her. So she needs that space. I mean, she's not the type who'll open in certain households. I mean, it's beautiful to watch, but I personally, I don't know to what extent I can allow that. But like everyone, the relatives come and they just walk into your bedroom and sit on the bed and talk, which is I cannot take that, and my mom can't take it as well.
Right. Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so now.
One moment. Don't sit on my bed. See, I'm not the only one. Okay.
Right. So that's my personal space. I mean, you can come home when I welcome you, right? Or you are in trouble and you're looking for help, ask and I'll let you in. Don't you bloody barge in, So at one point, what happens is, mom, she gets irritated.
Right.
And then she,
Snaps.
Yeah. And then she her words can really go south. and relationships go north.
South R.
So that has happened. So I tend to tell them, like, see, it's very simple. You teach people how to treat you.
Right.
If you do not want them to treat you in a particular way, then don't put up with any of them from get-go. In the name of being polite, that is you wanting to be accepted.
Right.
Understand that, right? So this is who I am. This is okay for me. This is not okay for me. So if you do want to be in a relationship with me, a friendship, or in a corporate relationship as well, if this is my personal space, keep that distance.
Right.
For me to come this close to Yoshan and speak, that's because I built a relationship with Yoshan. Yeah.
She built it.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
Yeah, hate and he couldn't even bend. So.
I'll bend and show you.
You go, girl.
Yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah,
No, I think that makes a lot of sense. But see, exactly what she said is what the red flag syndrome thingy is. Now when you apply it to dating, people no longer have time to stay with the person. At least what I've heard from how speed dating and Tinder and all of that work. My cousin, she's a doctor, and she has no time to be like, yes, I will take care of you, yes, all of that. She went on a date with this person and was like, hey, these are my work hours, this is what I need. If you can do that, then we can have a next date. If not, like, it's not going to work out, like, I shake your hand. They're married now.
Oh, that worked.
Which means it worked, which is why
He's
when
a
you
submissive,
understand...
he was turned on and all.
No, he's a great person.
I'm kidding again, I'm kidding.
He's watching this podcast, guys.
We love
Amazing.
you, we love you. I was just playing.
Yoshan loves you more than your wife loves you, bro.
I do.
But what I mean by that is when you know what your boundaries are, or even your red flags, you don't put up with people's shit.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's where the whole red flag thing is, and that's where people perceive knowing red flags as knowing yourself and knowing your self-worth and standards. So when someone shows that, maybe there's round 1, there's round 2, but that's it.
Right.
I don't know if you have seen, I don't know if it's a TikTok thing, but women, I'm not sure if men also do it, they go on a first date and they put this body cam, and then at the end of the date, they analyze the whole date, like, oh, this is the way he held the fork, this is the way he held the cup, that's a red flag. He didn't split the bill, that's a red flag.
Who was this woman?
I don't know who they are.
but see,
You
when
don't see the face when you wear a body cam.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but see, when it comes to even splitting bills, there are some girls who don't mind it. There are some girls who want their partner.
like what I told you.
If
Yeah.
you
For
want
chivalry.
people, if you want a partner who's going to take care of the bill, you go for people like that and not expect if someone says, hey, can we split 50-50?
And also spell it out and tell the person.
Precisely.
The poor guy or the girl is like trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do I open the door? Or is it going to, is it an insult or not?
Exactly,
Just tell them. But I mean, it's,
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, again, coming back to chivalry, I think guys are so confused nowadays. Because if you do it, apparently you are implying that the girl can't do it herself. Right? And I've been in that situation where I would open a door for a lady. It's like, no, I can do it. I was like, but it's already open. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I'll let go.
I'll close the door and then open the door. So it makes no sense. So I think guys are very, very confused now.
Right.
No.
because we
stopped
had this
opening.
conversation, and he was asking me, what do you think? And whether, he asked me that question, right?
Is chivalry dead?
Yeah, I said, no, it's not.
It's
very
absolutely
much there. It's just that kids are confused. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because the expectations are different.
And
Chivalry
you
is
are
a
case
horror
in
story.
point. No, but like you are case in point. You are a hyper independent woman, but if you met someone who can meet your standards and be that person that you want them to be, you will welcome them into your life. It's just, it's a screening process. You know what you want. If the person applies that, then you welcome them into
But then
your life.
I think what your cousin did was very smart, where you spell it out, saying this is what I expect.
Yeah.
But she must have experienced some bad things before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why she took this route. Like, this is my schedule to do it or don't do it.
There's a timetable. These are times I'm free.
No, absolutely.
Funnily, Yoshan one day,
I knew
Funnily.
Yoshan is the funny man.
Funnily.
he was giving me this advice on, Saj, you can't be like this. You need to have a. You remember?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. You need to have a partner. You will require, you need that in your life and this and everything. I was like, really?
Okay,
Why?
I meant. Do you remember the films I
Hello,
spoke about?
Auntie.
I don't
Hello,
remember
Auntie. Go
See, I was talking about the things they were doing in those movies.
What movies?
You know, the adult, they clap with each other. That movie, I was talking about those things, I'm like, as a human being, you might crave the
clapping.
Yeah.
The applause.
The applause.
Yeah, the applause. So that is what I meant, Then she was like, no. And you give the answer. She gave a very good answer. And I almost fell from the chair. She was like, no, I have. And she finished the sentence.
Okay,
I
we are
regret.
all adults here, and I can help myself. I don't need
Yeah.
anybody there, and I don't need to pay for some nonsense like this.
Yeah.
I don't want a project in my life. A partner is good,
Right.
but most of the people happen to, at least I have met, or I am attracted to our projects. I've just had enough of projects. That's not going to work, and. Besides, it's like, and I actually told your son, okay, fine, so why don't you find me someone? He's like, no, hell no, you're scary.
I mean, I like my friends.
There you go.
Okay.
No, mostly I believe
Yes.
that my friends are bigger projects.
Right.
And she doesn't need a project. She wants something that's finished.
Right.
So,
A finished project.
finished project. So
Right.
she has to go to the Borala Cemetery.
See, we were talking of love and all
Yeah.
kinds of things, right?
Yes.
I think love, again, is also overrated. Because of all these fantasy things that people were talking about and what happened in the 1940s and the 1800s
And the movies.
everything,
Movies.
right? It's like taking religion as well. Like, it was a book, any religious book, it was written in a particular year. You're supposed to take the crux of what it speaks and apply it to today's, real time, be relevant about it. You can't
Contextual.
just say, like, you shall be obedient to your husband or you shall be obedient to your parents and do this. What is obedience in that?
We recently went to a wedding. And Treshali was really pissed off about it.
Roshali, would you like to?
No, I am walking away from that conversation. But yes, it is all definition and perception, isn't it?
Yes. And so love, they have made it such a huge thing. I don't think it's love. I think it's a companionship that you should actually look for. Like someone I can look at
Yeah.
for the rest of my life and not
Be worried.
want to whack my head on the wall.
Right.
Unless it's
One.
in the clapping.
And two, to also have the balls to actually say no.
Yes, that is something
Yeah.
that is...
Enough is enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
And
true.
walk away. Don't give me for the sake of the children, for the sake of the society, for the sake of... Yes. And don't do that.
No, absolutely.
Don't freaking do that.
But I love the
Because-
fact that she said that to be able to say no.
Yeah.
I think that is a really good point.
I don't think. I can't say from my mom's generation, but we'll just say that for the sake of argument. Know how to draw a boundary.
Yeah. But also maybe healthily draw boundaries. We talk about leaving relationships, and I think, yes, that is very important. Please leave relationships that aren't fulfilling to you. But also, what if you're in a relationship and every person has red flags? Like, they show up eventually.
Right.
You can't quit a relation. I don't know. I'm one for trying things out.
Right.
If someone shows a red flag, you address it with them. You try and work it out.
Hey, you seem to be broken in this way. What's wrong with you?
The
Yeah.
thing is, you can address it, but what if the person doesn't take it right?
So then you try and break it down in an empathetic way.
Yeah.
And you say, I would like you to change this behavior because I don't see it working out in this relationship because it affects these things. It causes domino effects, and then we're unfulfilled throughout. If the person changes, then it's great. But then if they don't, then that comes as a learning curve.
Sorry without change is just a word.
That's a song.
True.
That's a what?
A song.
Right.
We should write a song. Sorry without change.
Sorry.
It's just a word.
Sorry, it's just a word.
Dude, we're
true.
going to win so many awards.
But see, I want to be more realistic also. You can't leave relationships because you have to try and work things out if you want a future. No relationship is just rosy. we've all had tough relationships that we wanted to work out. And if you believe this relationship is worth saving, then by all means, address it.
That is very important. That
Yeah.
last sentence she said, if you believe this relationship is worth it, you have to.
But then again, you need to be the one who's going to be the anchor. So you need to decide and again draw the boundary.
Yeah.
You have to see when. Because always being the one to actually dress someone's wounds while they are wounding you,
True.
you wouldn't be there. You'll be a
That's a
carcass
good
end
point.
of the day.
Yeah, I was
You're
there.
just a carcass end of the day.
That is it.
You're just a carcass, bro.
Thanks, man. That's a good-looking damn carcass. But I will say from very, very personal experience, a majority of my life, such right. I went through relationship after relationship, pedestalizing every partner I had, because somewhere down the line, somebody made me feel very insecure about myself, and they made me feel that I wasn't really worth the love I was getting. So every subsequent relationship from that point, I would always think, I am lucky to be with this person.
Do you want to say the name? Because you made us want to say the name.
Did you say the name, Yosha? Did you say the name?
But it starts with the
Sigabarina?
six.
Hey, as long as it's about you, it's all good. Let's not bring in
It actually
anyone.
doesn't start with a C. It doesn't start with a C.
No, Sigabar starts with S.
Oh, well, not this. But such what happened was, these children aside, what happened was, I was very, very happy to be with this person, right? So that is your point. A part of me, I think, really wanted to see that relationship through. However, there were certain rules and restrictions put on me that didn't apply to her.
So wouldn't that be a red flag?
Yes, but then that is the difference between how mature I was at that point,
Sure.
how much I really want to make this work. And even though I spoke to her about it saying, this makes no sense. So she could talk to her friends about the relationship. I can't talk to anybody about the relationship. It was one of the ground rules.
Double standards.
There we go. So my entire thing throughout that entire process, as much as I wanted to make it work, it was heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after how one day she decided, yeah, this is not going to work. And I did everything she wanted me to do, which is happen. And that almost costed me a really close friendship of mine at that time. It was you choose me or you choose your friend.
God damn.
Yes.
This-
My friend I've known my entire life. I've met her for 3 months. Right? And that's how messed up it can go to if you don't know how boundaries work. And that, I think, is, again, I wouldn't say the stupidity of love, but that is the extent you are willing to go for love.
Right. But how do you learn about your boundaries if you don't get burnt?
Trial and error. You have to get burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get burnt. Or you have to
See, my
talk
dad
to.
used to say, like, learn from other people's
Yeah,
mistakes.
that's what I was gonna
because
say.
obviously you can't live long enough to make them all by yourself and
Yeah.
then correct it,
True,
right?
but when you're just an observer, you see it from an outside and you're like, oh, okay, that's not going to happen to me.
No. Like if it's happened to someone close to you, like if I'm on the.
True.
See,
true.
yes, again, she's right as well. I mean, you can't just look at somebody else's situation and think that is going to happen to me. I mean, 80% of the fears that we have, like, if I walk on that side of the road, or, if I climb this, I'm going to die, I'll fall and slip, and, it doesn't happen. It doesn't
Yeah.
come to pass. But still, being cautious is okay. But everything again comes back to one thing. Know yourself. Just know yourself. Just understand. It's like diet, right?
It's like
One
dying.
shoe, diet.
Diet, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, one size doesn't fit all, right? All diets don't fit. I of course think diet is a poison, but, slow death. But anyways, like, you know how your body feels when you consume a certain kind of food, or when you wake up at a certain time, when you do certain things, when you hear certain music, and, you know it. Nobody
Right.
else does.
True.
Right.
So shouldn't you actually steer your,
Yeah, but then how well tuned are you to listen to your own voice?
Yeah, and more.
we are not.
Yeah.
I mean, especially me, like, and I live, for me, it's like, if I'm not doing something for a cause, you have to give me a reason for me to do something, unless I go into my crazy phase and I'll do shit.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am dependent very much, but then, yes, again, out of experience and, always wondering what was, okay, I was dyslexic as well. So I never knew why I would be good at this and I'm not good at that. And, you know, at my time, nobody knew what dyslexia was. It was like, oh, stubborn. Lazy. You know, you had a stupid. You know, these were the things.
No, but stubborn is true.
But also, I want to add to that, we come into romantic relationships when we are in our teens or early adulthood. So we don't.
And the older you get, the more skeptic you get.
The older you get, the more self-aware you are.
Like the Terminator.
Yeah, but see, when we go into relationships, and more often than not, the relationships that do stick with us and that have become learning curves are the ones we've stayed in our youth. And that have really scarred us enough that when we go into the next relationship, when that partner does repeat a behavior that our ex had, we're like,
ta-da!
Don't do that.
Okay.
Right?
And like you were talking about your partner, right? And again, she was a narcissist. Easy as that. All that behavior actually falls under that. I mean, that's what we are taught and told. Now, see, end of the day, right? You, as a person, have your own life. You need your space. You have a bunch of friends. You come from somewhere, and you are allowing another person into your life. Vice versa, right? The other person is also doing that. So you decide that you will live together.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
This as one mind, one heart.
To
Bullshit.
complete each other.
Bullshit.
Right.
Right? You're two individuals who have decided that we complement each other and we want to live together.
Right.
So that space that you require to breathe has to be given to the other person. So think about it. I buy a doll today and I want to dress her up the way I want to dress her up. I want to paint her the way I want to paint her. I would do that. But you don't buy a person and then say, I shall change this and change that, and you know, I mean, come on, what the...
True.
Go on.
Yoshan has a dark joke.
Yoshan won't say not anymore. You won't say not anymore.
You see, that joke happened very fast because me and Ahmad had eye contact and he was like, and the joke already just went past and we swallowed our laughter.
Gutter minds.
No, we dumb.
But if there's anything you learn from the episode, there are two adults, one, maybe two. This is not adult.
I love how quick that joke. I looked at Ahmad, I was like, got it. I didn't even say it.
Synergy.
One mind, one soul.
Complementing each other.
Gutter minds.
You know, I have got a lot of comments saying that we should start dating, bro. They think it's offensive. I'm like, yeah, we tried, but you know, it doesn't fit. Anyway, continue.
Wait, what are your red flags that you have learned about, or what is your opinion?
If a girl tells you to come somewhere at level 45, don't go.
It's friends' experience now?
All right.
Personal experience with red flags. So it's with friends usually. Most of my red flags are with friends. When I was in school, my mom used to be very good at picking out bad friends.
She picks out the bad
No,
ones
it's
for
like
you.
I would have a bunch of friends and she'd be like, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. He's okay. That's bad.
Yeah, I
that's
made
bad,
it. I'm not okay.
Yeah, he's the okay one. He's the golden child.
Yeah, so the thing was I used to argue with my mom, like, you don't know them like the way I know them. You know, they are my friends. I'm always with them. You don't know. Mom's like, you'll see.
Damn, bro.
And when things came, when problems came and when situations arose, they were the first ones to run away. They were the first ones to take my money. Like when I had money, they were there. When I didn't have money, they were not there. When I needed help, when someone got sick and I needed transport, I couldn't get a transport from any of. They all have cars, by the way. But when they needed something, I would go pick them up, drop them, all that. So my mom was, I would say, having 89% accuracy, 90% accuracy.
Rashad would hate that.
So my mom was very quick on picking, because I didn't understand this whole red flag thing. I just thought everyone was nice.
Right.
I don't know. As she was saying 1940s or whatever, I lived in a bubble where everyone's nice, everyone's good to each other. And then as I grew up only, I found out that not everyone's nice. Some people actually bad. And then when I started learning, when these situations happened, that is when I learned, okay, this is bad. And then I realized there was a word for it called red flag.
Right.
And then when I was finishing school, when I'm meeting people, because I usually connect with everyone very fast, and we become friends very fast. So then I started making that fast process a bit slow. It's still pretty fast, but it's slower than before.
Right.
Because I'm afraid, is this guy taking advantage of me? Is this guy going to just ghost me, And even with females, when I was dating, I was very scared. If I would ask a girl out, I would be so nervous. Not about the fact that whether she'll say yes or no. I was afraid about the fact that after she says yes, what's going to happen? Is she going to manipulate me? Am I going to lose my friends? Am I, going to lose my mind? Because I've seen it happen to my friends.
Right.
Guys go into deep depression and all that. So it was not about the fact whether she'll say yes or no. It's about the fact that after she says yes, what's going to happen? But at the same time, I still want to date because, biology.
Clapping films.
Clapping films. Yeah. So anyway, as I grew up, it became clear that when I was younger, I had this notion that I need a big circle of friends.
Right.
I needed to be occupied every time. I didn't want to be alone. I wanted to go out every night. I wanted to have 500 friends. Wherever I go, I wanted to know everyone. Like if you go to the club, I want to know the bartender. That was my mentality back then. But through that, I realized that 99% of the people that I met there were not nice people. Right? And then as I grew older, that 500,000 friends became 10. 5. Now I think I have 3.
Just
See, that's
me.
where you draw your border, right?
Yeah.
See, people take this is very funny, especially in this part of the world. I have noticed it very much, right? You meet a person once and suddenly you say, "Hey, okay, I met him, once, right?" And I'm the next time someone talks about him, "Hey, he's my friend." How does he become a friend? He was an acquaintance. So this understanding of this person is an acquaintance and this person is a friend. For someone to come into my friend circle or someone I could call my friend, there is a long journey, Yes, there are times when you click and then you can, get on with someone house on fire. Yeah. But again, that relationship is a different friendship as well. There's always this one or two people in your life that is... that is the real friendship kind of a thing. Now let's not go into dissecting that and trying to find.
But we have a question. Are we friends or acquaintances?
Oh, what is
I'll put up all the mics.
Well, I am still debating on it.
Well, that was anticlimactic as well.
Yeah.
And I say I would also agree with you, because calling them a friend and the people who have been through the worst part of your life with you also a friend is doing a disservice to them.
Yes, absolutely. True. And at the same time, have you noticed that we always hurt and we get hurt by the people who love us the most, and we love the most.
Yeah. I'm going through a friendship right now.
With whom, Isha?
So there's a friend of mine who was really, really, really close, who literally lived in my house for a certain period of time, and poof!
Oh no!
Series of bad things happened, and I was like, "No, you're doing it wrong," and he was like, "No, I'm doing it right," and
Blast.
yeah. So I didn't see any of the red flags in the beginning, but now I see it. So it's again, my mom kind of said that
Damn, auntie.
She called it.
It'll come. I mean, you guys are all younger than me, right? So you'll come to a stage in your life where you would actually be entertained by all these things. You'll know this is now the corporate sector or in my life. Now that is entertainment for me. I watch a person, I know what the person's intention is, but I can afford it, so I'm gonna watch you. Let's see where you're going. But remember, the plug is in my hand. I'll pull it when I want to.
Well, I'm going to
not
invite her in my dead bed.
No, it happens. It really happens. They're like, you did a great job. You're there for me, and you're this and that and everything, and that you're a bloody bitch, and I know what you're gonna do, and that's no issues, because I don't need you, you do.
See, scary.
Easy as that. No, think about it.
No,
Don't
fair
you think
enough.
so?
If we were going to make a Sri Lankan version of Devil Wears Prada,
Right.
Meryl Streep.
You can be.
I'm another way. I'll bring the coffee. She's like.
It'll be comical because all the jackets you come and throw on his table will be very small for him.
It'll be like a handkerchief. Man, where do you want this handkerchief? Those are jackets. At least we'll get to go to Paris. It's in the movie.
I love it. I love how he just knows everything.
Well, my wife loves the movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
Nothing
Fun movie.
happens.
It's a fun movie.
Nothing
Absolutely,
happens.
Yeah.
She gets on with her life.
It's like 1.5 hours of nothing.
She gets bullied, and then she learns to say no because she learned her boundaries, and then she does what she wants to do and works at a shitty job.
That is like a 5-minute movie.
That's what it should have been. I will also ask you guys, as we're about to wrap up this session, what is your biggest red flag lesson? Shali.
Oh no.
The 3 letters, the R-E, R-E,
Yeah, your
R-E-S.
name has the letters also.
Yeah.
Oh no, she doesn't have a D.
What was the question again?
Yeah.
What is the biggest lesson you learned from a red flag? R-E-D, Shali de Silva.
Red Shali.
Okay. The biggest red flag I've learned in a relationship
In 5 seconds. 1,
is to
2,
know
3,
when I'm
4.
emotionally exhausted, and if the person doesn't change, to leave.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. I was focusing on the
Yeah, I
counter.
know.
I was focusing on the
So
counter.
if a person is emotionally draining you, no matter, say if you want to help them change, but they aren't helping themselves, then you need to learn to leave.
So if someone's draining you emotionally and after you tell them and they are not changing,
Yeah, and you've helped them make certain changes in their life, but they aren't helping themselves float.
understood.
my problem.
Understood. That it's a he kind of problem.
Yeah.
I use the Reshali term. What about you, Saj?
What about you?
What about me? Oh, I didn't expect that.
1, 2,
Three.
When the person bad, I say bye. Honestly, I want to say that I have learned my lessons, but I still want to see the good in people. So usually by the time I figure out this person's bad, it's a bit late. So my biggest lesson is when you meet someone, think both ways. This guy is probably good, he's also bad, and you could get in trouble with him or her, when you're going into a relationship. So prepare yourself mentally, and when you can't handle it, try to have a conversation. Still cannot handle it, please let go. Don't hold on to something that will break you. And that break is kind of permanent.
Right.
Yeah, I think Amanda knows that.
If you're gone, you're gone.
You're gone. No amount of therapy is fixing that.
God damn. We'll go to therapy. Yes.
Man,
To say no.
Damn. No is a full sentence.
I don't even have
I have one. I want to add one.
No, too late. You already said
No,
stupid
no,
thing.
you're done.
Add
You're
one.
done.
I want to add one.
Yeah.
She will not give her extra time to
She
you.
finished. She
She's
dropped the mic
amazing.
that we can't afford to drop.
No, that's true. But also, don't change yourself.
Takshi has a party to go
The
to.
mic, darling. Why you talk
Don't
like this,
change
man?
yourself for anyone. You're enough.
Okay, that's 2 lessons.
They're just going to cut that part.
Yeah, please cut that part.
Yeah.
That part
You
was
can
like-
use it for the shorts.
Whose shots?
Your TikTok shorts.
I thought
Follow
someone's
them on
pants.
TikTok and IG.
And
That's so bro.
And now we're on RSS.
We're on RS. I don't know what that means. That Sean knows what that means.
That sounds like resuscitate.
All right, shall we go to the game segments
Yes,
then?
Shall go to the
please.
game
So we have a small game segment.
I want to say my lesson, please.
Oh, please.
Okay.
The lesson I have learned is
No.
that I am making very bad decisions, so I will trust my friends to make the decisions for me.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's a terrible lesson.
Well, you know
You
what?
should trust yourself.
That's the lesson I learned, man. Clearly, I'm making stupid
No, but
mistakes. It's
even
been
if you
red
make
flag
the
after red flag.
mistakes, you'll learn.
But then if I can't see the red flag, you would see the red flag, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, but then you
The
won't-
red flag is perception.
Yeah.
What's red flag for her is not red. What we've been
I
talking for
have
the last
learned nothing in this podcast, you guys.
Go
We're
on.
going to go to the game session now. Done.
I have one thing to say to you.
Yes, please. You said only no, so you have more time.
Hey, just don't take it too seriously.
She called you a dumbass.
Right? Don't get romantically involved in it. Just take that person as your friend first and foremost.
But
Yeah.
kana mi haraka. I'm
And
translating.
then decide
Haraka.
whether that person can actually be your partner. If you can be a friend to this person, can you, in years to come, can you be in a room with this person, with she doing whatever and you doing whatever,
Right.
and not being, irritated by each other. Be able to. So just don't go into this, I am dating and that's romance. No, don't look at it. I'm meeting someone interesting, let me learn about them and let them learn about me.
Amanda, don't
And,
forget
friends and
law number 1.
Always be curious.
No. Yashan's law number 1 of love.
Bros.
I can't say it.
I need to say.
I can't say it on the podcast. After the podcast, I'll remind you.
Bros before.
No. 6 times. Do it 6 times.
I'll tell you what. That's a great rule. All right. Yoshan's law before
Oh
you go
dear
on a
Lord.
date, to make sure that you really want to go on this date. All right, with this person is you get ready. Is before you go on. No. Before you go on the date, you have to. All right.
After the date, 2.
After the date. So in some.
Bro, you're.
And then after the date. And if you are still in love with
It's
this
just
person,
blood, bro.
if you're still in love with this person,
Yeah.
then you're proper.
It's not blood. It's air. It's like poof.
If you're still in love with this person, then it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, after the 6th time, and you still can think of that.
Wait, I
person-
need to ask you. Are there visual aids?
Yeah, whatever you want. You can have AIDS even, no problem. But the thing is 6 times, and then at the end of the 6, if you still think about that chick, that's the one you're marrying.
That's how you got married.
No, this
Damn.
True story.
Damn, Jay.
I'm going to start the game now, man.
Yes.
You shan't get the cake, brother.
One day I'm going to teach everyone about law number 2. Just not today.
Okay, what's this game? You guys never told me about it.
We also didn't know. We just
Yoshan will explain the rules. I'll get the game.
she knows I messed the whole thing up.
Wow, Yoshan has a small, vertical head.
What do you mean with a vertical head?
Because it was like, whoa. It's
Wow, that looks great. Oh.
That's the sandwich.
I have no idea.
Yes and no. Yoshan will explain the rules. Yoshan?
The rules is we're going to get ChatGPT to prompt some red flag questions. Questions in regards to red flag. And within 5 to 6, how many seconds? 5 to 8 seconds?
Sure.
Let's say 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Within 8 seconds, we have to make a responsible answer that makes sense. And if not, you have to eat the cake without hands.
Wait a second now. ChatGPT is going to come up with
Questions
questions.
about red flags.
All right, okay.
And then within 8 seconds, you have to answer it. If not, you have to take a bite of the cake without using your hands. We just came up with it.
We're all hands today, aren't we?
Right? We're all what today?
Thank you, Taki. All hands on deck.
I would suggest you remove as much as electronics as possible.
Oh, okay.
Did you bring a knife to cut into 2?
It's already cut.
Already cut. So we'll separate it
Oh, okay.
with the tissue maybe.
There's a plate. There's also, we didn't have plates per se. So either you have like this box
There,
part.
see.
There you go. See?
Yeah, as long as you take a bite is fine, isn't it?
Yeah, but without your hands. Ow!
My guy, all right.
So I'll take this one, and it's already broken. Excellent.
There was one that came in like, there's one that came in like this. I think we have the, Rasha.
Okay, there. This is yours. This is yours.
I
Already
will-
contaminated
Okay.
by my fingers.
Silly, mentally unstable child. Okay, cool. Not you, Rash, not you. Takshi.
You're an engineer, aren't you?
No.
No.
Oh.
What do you do?
She was like, I'm going to offend this fellow. I'm going to start, and then they're like, damn it.
Because he's chosen the worst ever plate. And the way the
This
cake
is why,
laid out.
I
So,
just wanted to make it as messy as
we have 5 to 6 seconds. Yoshan has 2 seconds.
Why do I have 2 seconds?
Because it's going to be fun to watch that.
No, don't worry.
The largest person gets the lesser amount of time.
Yes, exactly.
What
We'll start Sarge, Josh, Rashali, and then me.
Alright, let's do this.
Why me? Let's start with Yoshan.
Yeah, what's up with Yoshi?
You will start with Yoshan.
Why so many rules against me? Plus, I'm starting?
No, I think you're great.
I think you should actually be ready to move the mic.
I need a lady, Miss, timer, please.
Okay, hold on.
Timer to the camera, please.
Alright, you started?
Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Hit down.
Ding, 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 ding.
So the game is basically we're going to
Okay.
ask
8
ChatGPT
seconds?
to ask.
2 seconds?
Can you let me explain the game to the audience?
Sorry.
Thank you, Resh. That's a red flag, by the way. So basically, we asked ChatGPT to give us a bunch of questions in regards to red flags, and Amanda is going to ask, and we're going to answer within 5 seconds. Was it 6 seconds? Within 6 seconds. If you're unable to answer within 6 seconds, we have to take a bite of this really good cake, which I have destroyed already, without using your hands.
Okay.
Amanda, go for the first question.
Yoshan, is refusing to apologize ever justified, or is it a major red flag?
It's a major red flag.
Damn.
You have to apologize.
It completed the sentence also.
I'm a comedian. We think
Is
fast.
refusing to apologize?
It is a red flag. Refusing to apologize is a big red flag.
What if it's not your fault?
Well, then it's refusing to apologize.
4, 5, what?
The question was to refuse to apologize.
Yeah, if you refuse
You
to
didn't say whether it's a
apologize-
fault or not. You can't just change the question the way you want. You
okay.
have to eat the cake,
I
you
am
red flag
question
face. You red flag face. Okay, you ask the question with Rashali now.
Fine. Rashali.
Massage.
And who asks the question?
I will
Who
ask
asks
him.
you?
I will ask him.
Okay, all right.
Here, this
Is
5
it
seconds
me
is
or
too long.
Saj?
It's Saj.
Okay.
This 5 seconds is too long. 3
Yeah.
seconds.
Okay, 3.
3 seconds. Saj, you have 3 seconds.
No, that's unfair. How he
answered in
already? It doesn't matter.
I
But
answered in two.
you had the comfort of 6.
He actually answered in 3:40. So.
You said 6 seconds it is. You can't just keep changing things like that.
But then it's so fun. Okay, fine. Last one. Okay, fine. Rashali, you start with 3 seconds. Everybody else has. This session, 6 seconds. Okay. Is someone. Is someone who has no long-term friendships a red flag? 1.
Not
2.
really. It can't be, sir. It could be because they are from a background where they were an introvert or something.
Judge Takshi. Does she eat or not? Takshi? She was not even paying attention.
She's like, I'm not even involved.
So we take a vote from Resh. Does she eat?
Oh my god, why do I have to be the one?
No,
I
you
think
and
she
Aman.
answered. She already answered.
Amanda,
straight
does she
up.
have to eat?
Yes.
I have to say yes.
Yay! Can't.
Get it,
Yes, it's good. It's great. It's already on. Yeah.
Ah, nice. You took the tiniest bite I've ever seen in the history of bites. I mean, my daughter takes a bigger bite than that.
My turn.
Oh, your turn. Cool.
Here.
Let me ask.
Ask easy one.
No.
God, this is so dry.
Don't show the brand.
Oh Lord.
I hope the brand's not there.
Just put the brand right down there.
So now it's 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
3
What?
seconds. 3 seconds.
Hold on.
Rashad doesn't know. Just put stopwatch.
It's okay.
Here we go. Ready?
Being forcefully being stupid is a red flag. Yeah.
Would constant negative talk about themselves or life be a red flag for you, and
I
why?
don't understand the question. Wait. No,
Hey, no. Yeah.
no she still didn't time it.
It's 2 seconds.
She didn't even time it. I didn't hear the question. I
It's wrong.
said, time
We'll
it.
ask the referees. What do you think?
He has to eat.
I didn't even hear the question.
Okay.
Slow. Just
Ready?
articulate the question. Yes.
Would constant negative talk about themselves or life be a red flag for you, and why?
Absolutely so fucking annoying.
And why?
So fucking annoying.
Damn. Harry. It's nice.
Rashali, next question is for you.
Oh dear Lord. Okay. It's just that mine doesn't.
Ready?
stand up.
Yeah,
Set.
right.
If they lack ambitions or goals, is that a red flag for you, and why?
No.
1, 2,
It's not a red flag.
three.
It's not a red
Did you
flag.
say why?
Eat.
Because they are ambitious.
8 seconds. Ayyo, for shame. Kapang, be good. You were advised not to eat the biscuit part of it.
No, because it's.
Dry as chuck.
Nicely done.
Good job. All right.
You've got a beard.
Don't clean.
We're trying to find who the biggest, the best beard is. Another one. Yoshan. Yoshan, timer. Does being too private about their past relationships indicate a red flag?
Yes, they should be always open about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Saj. Ready?
Yeah.
So weird. Okay, cool. Is having inconsistent communication or ghosting behavior a major red flag?
It is a major red flag because if you're not important, you are not important.
Yeah.
How many seconds are we talking about?
3.
3:49.
Hey, shut up. It was 6. It was 6. You guys really need to get a room.
Did we not change to 3?
You're just like, always supporting each other.
But did we not change to 3 after
We changed to 3
She agreed after the next round.
The parliament agreed.
She agreed 3 after the next round.
3 agreed
No, I
after
never
the
did.
next round.
I don't know. We agreed for 3.
Judge,
Dakshi, judge. She just wants to go for the party, man.
Sit down. Okay, go for it.
Okay, now 3 seconds. Okay.
No, she has to take the bite.
Should I take a bite?
But a proper bite, not a baby bite, like a Reshali type bite. That was proper. That was proper. Yay!
Lady. Also lady.
All right.
Last round.
Last round. Okay.
Last round. I'm asking you.
You're asking me.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
The cream is quite nice, isn't it?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Damn it, this question didn't let me say it beforehand. Okay. Is over-the-top love bombing early in a relationship always a red flag, and why?
Yes, because then you know what you're going to do after that. You're going to dip. I wanted the cake.
Sure.
Think about
Take a
all
proper
the
bite.
calories.
Show the girls how they bite.
The calories.
Yeah, he's bulking. He's fine. Nice.
Bro.
Like a real
Dude,
man.
it was already standing up, man.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Resh, your last question. Your phone locked.
What about you?
Yeah. You, then one last, and finish.
Okay.
Is a partner who openly disrespects workers a red flag, and why?
Yes, absolutely, because he's so disrespectful to the people. What the heck?
No, you can't run. You can't start the watch while asking the question.
Sarge, be cool. Sarge, Rashali, 7 seconds, Rashali. That's shameful.
Come on,
That's shameful.
you guys are cheating.
We're not cheating.
I bet
Well,
as soon as he finishes the like one before the last, you start.
Rashali, 7 seconds and 50.
No, don't clean. Yeah, hold the hair. Amma, they want to help with the hair?
Pulling a leg.
Nicely done.
Good job. This is Yoshan's last question.
Yeah, my last question.
I get to have one.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the cake. I'm ready for it.
Yoshan, your last question is, what is the name of the girl who asked your friend to come to that place? 1, 2.
No, he is still using the hand. No, he used his hand.
You use your hand, Yoshan. That's right. That's true. You use your hand, Yoshan.
No, that's not fair.
Did I touch the cake? Did I touch the cake?
Yes, you
And
did.
I smashed it on my face unlike
No.
loser.
Judge, Dakshi also says. No.
come
You want to take a better bite, Yoshan.
Yeah.
You want to show these girls how
There
it's
you go,
done.
Taku.
Let's go,
I
Yoshan.
didn't touch the cake.
You
with
gotta
my
bring your face to the table.
Show these
You
girls how it's
can't
done.
even hold it.
Hey,
You
Yoshan.
can't.
No.
You
You
go
gotta
to
keep it-
the
bring your
keep it-
face to the
you bring
table.
your face to the table.
Go to the cake.
Face to the table. Face
One
to the
day
table.
when you guys are
Face to the
fat,
table. Face
you will understand the pain of this.
Now I told you about bending.
Oh my God.
Come on, Yoshi.
Let's go, Yoshi. Let's go, Yoshi.
Bend it enough. You can do more.
Welcome back,
The
Yoshi.
funny part is, until he ate it, he was on screen. After that, it was just.
That's so true.
All right, last question.
Okay.
Last question for me, I know.
Yeah, last question for
Yeah, for you.
For Saj.
Saj's last question.
Yeah. Can I have this biscuit now?
You can eat the cake.
Yay.
That's actually meant to be a sponge.
Oh.
Please don't show the name of this place.
All right, Amanda, last question, please.
Saj, what is your biggest red flag and why? In long explanation.
She's going to eat the cake.
Just follow.
You want to bite a cake?
Yeah, she's just going to take a little
I was
tiny
just going-
bite and be like,
I
oh.
was just going to say something and it would have been nice. It's okay.
Oh, you say that and eat the cake. It's okay. We'll do both.
Take a proper bite.
Yoshan, you wiped your face, you jackass.
Well, the butter was going in my nose.
Yeah, bro, I see that.
I'm sorry, my skin is dark. You can't see the thing. You fair people privilege.
Yay!
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of season 3, episode 1. That's so, bro. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you for having us.
We're also available on everything. Thank you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Let's see. She needs to go for a party.